Okay, we should be good. So here's the deal. We are good. It is live, correct? You always have to give it a grace period, right when you first get into this. Yes, we are in fact live, which is very nice, and I have a new and improved setup that now features hotkeys, so I can do stuff like this. Boom, boom, I can mute myself like, Anyway, I really missed the mute button that I used to have with my old microphone, and now with this one, that's a lot nicer mic, I don't have a mute button, so I made one. Anyway, it worked. So, I need to do some explaining. Now that that's over with. We had an old world, and I was going to continue that world. Genuinely, I was. And it was an island world, very specifically. So, I wanted to make sure that I could beat the game off of an island setting, because it was just something I'd never managed to do with the game before. And I realized that while I could do that, the island world for the original planet, which is Novis, or Novis, or Nuvis, or however it is you're supposed to say it, is not that great when it comes down to the end of it. Because you only have a certain amount of resources if you use the island world setting, because you get what you get on the starting island, and that is it. That wasn't really the Factorio experience that I wanted to see out of this game. I like building giant bases and, using tons and tons of resources, so that doesn't really fit with the playstyle. But I was still going to make it work, because I thought, oh, I could just get all of the resources that I would need to do that on other planets, and then just go back to there eventually to build a big base on my starting world, right? Well, that was until I realized that I had a finite amount of uranium ore. To my knowledge, there is no way to get uranium ore if you have a finite area on Novis. So, that was a problem. I couldn't abide by that. I really like the uranium progression in this game. It's one of my favorite things to work with. And when I realized I was never going to be able to do that after like a short period through the save, I was like, you know what? This is not cool anymore. Like, I can't fundamentally play the game correctly anymore. So, I gave up on that. And we're going to start a new world, which I think will be similar. I just changed some of the stuff because I know what all these tabs here do on these ones. But I want to make sure that they're actually decent. So we're going to go ahead and start up a game here real quick. And if the map is just terrible right off the bat, which it shouldn't be, then we'll just have to start up a new save. But I don't know what this looks like. So let's have it. Well. Okay, yeah. We all know about that. Right off the start. Okay, good. This is fun. This is what I was hoping for right here. So basically, I wanted water still, but I didn't want it to be a finite island. And that's where this map comes into play. It's got a lot of water on it, but I don't think it's going to be islands everywhere. So I think that'll be decent. Anyway, we're going to get to it. And I have some goals for this particular thing here, which are in this achievement thing. Basically, I've done a lot of stuff in this game, but I've never managed to rush to space, use a Prometheum science pack, destroy 10,000 trees with fire, have 100 or more of these robots following me, or most importantly, this one, which is keeping your hands clean. Now there are some other ones, like kill a big demolisher and some armor stuff and legendary fish, and this one right here, which is, something that I'm not going to do in this save. But yeah, and you can forget about trying to do There Is No Spoon. I have done the original one, the No Time for Chit Chat, but I've never done There Is No Spoon, and unless I had a lot of people to play the game with, I don't think that's going to happen, if I'm honest with you. So, yeah, I forgot about this one. But anyway, so what I'm going to do here is try to do Rush to Space, which I don't really need to do, but I'll leave it there just so I remember to do it. The rest of these are fine, but I cannot kill an enemy until I have artillery. Now that says structure. You see that right there? So I'm pretty sure I can kill bugs, but I cannot kill the actual structure. meaning the biter nests. And that means I'm going to probably have to go straight to Volcanus. We'll see. Anyway, that's enough wasting time. And boy, do I miss my armor. I literally just got better armor on the other save. Like, I was going to show it off at the start of the stream and then realized, oh, I straight up don't have the option for that. Also, I think I need to turn up the sounds here just a smidgen. So we're going to run like that. No. How's that? Can you hear me whacking that rock? We're going to grab a tree. And I got lucky on this save because the iron happens to be right next to the coal. Sometimes it's right next to like the stone or something, and that sucks. Okay, so we got that. Let me whip out the number 0 hotbar. Hello? Am I totally forgetting the hotkeys? Oh, no, it just wasn't working. Like, straight up. Okay, anyway, we're gonna go right here and mine out one piece of stone. Or, coal, I should say. Pop that down. Give me one box, which I'm going to promptly use later. And then I'm just going to let this thing eat. The only reason I care about that is I just really want to get this save going. We're going to make this happen. Oh, also, we got to get rid of this. I think it's actually, no, funny number aside, I'm pretty, yeah, it is. Okay. Okay. I really wish you could transfer your hotbars, but it makes sense why you can't. Besides, I change them for each save anyway, so what's it really matter? I'm gonna get 10 of them. I'm gonna go grab this stuff out of the box, dunk it into there. Now, what we're gonna do for all these ones, that's gonna be wood, coal, iron ore, copper, then, oh, not coal. We already got that. Then we're gonna put stone in there. I guess I can go ahead and put uranium. I don't really need it, but we could do that. Followed by this and that. So we are doing just fine. Okay, now we have that thing running. What I'm gonna do is pop this down. Oh, also we gotta use the Alt button. Man, I'm really gonna get going again here, don't I? Okay, we got 15. Toss those in there. Let me go back to this. Now, I'm going to skip this step very, very, very quickly. My goal is to get off the planet. I want to make that abundantly clear. I am not here to stay. I'm not here to build a factory. I am to get off this planet. And that means I either need to go to Fulgora or I need to go to Volcanus, because I won't have the resources with which to do anything else. If I go to Gleba, I have to kill stuff, which, meaning that I'm trying not to kill stuff, as you can see in the top left corner, that is going to be a problem. So, can I have those, please? Thank you. So, if I grab some of these and that, and we'll just do it right there, sure. That is now self-sufficient. So it will just continue mining until it runs out of stuff to mine with, which is exactly what I want to see. Now, this is just going to go over like that. And we're going to grab one of these. I don't have quite enough iron plates, so we'll just go ahead and let that cook up some iron plates here for me. We can pre-make that. How many does it take? 9. Bro. I'm trying to do some stuff. Okay, there we go. Give me that. Now. This is going to provide me with some iron. It ain't great, but it's something. So, oh, I don't have enough to make even one set of belts. So, the belts are going to go there. Now, we're going to just put this together about there, and it'll just go across once we get to that point. So like this will do that, and I'm gonna feed this into there, which means I need to move this down one time, because that's gonna be really annoying to deal with. Like that. Then that needs to go right there. Okay. The stream is actually running really well right now, which is nice. Sometimes it does not do that. Okay, let me scoop some of this up. I'm just gonna dunk it in there like this. This is just to get me started. I intend to get rid of this pretty promptly. Okay, put those in there. Come on, buddy. We almost got it. Come on. There we go. Now we have one extra belt, which I'm going to put there. Okay, we're almost there. Perfect. Grab that. And then that, those. I'm pretty sure I need just 3 of them. Yep. Done. No, that's going to do its job. We're going to put those in there. This will, I'm actually going to make one more just so that this runs while I'm gone. Like that. Perfect. Now that's going to do some stuff for me. I don't really know what this is doing. I think it's just, I got to make iron plates or something. Okay, now we have research. We need to check out this thing. So we got to get one of these, which means I need to go get some copper, which is apparently, according to the map, up here. On the way, I'm going to grab some of these trees, which are inevitably going to die. In fact, that one's already dead. Okay, we're going to grab that one. We're just going to need these for power poles, right up. I don't remember how much I actually need of this. Also, I forgot to grab the bullets. I'll go back and grab them here in a second. Man, I love the mute button. Because now you don't have to listen to me sneeze. Anyway. So here's what we're going to do. Run down here, get one of those. We are going to scoop this up. And now we have power generation coming up hot. So all I need to do is put that in there, followed by one of these. And I'm out of conveyor belts. Perfect. I'm just going to throw those in there just so that it can do something. Then what do I need to do in order to build... What is this? Oh, I just have to cook up these things. So I don't even need to take them out. I can just cook them. Interesting. I totally forgot how the early game of this game worked. Like, it's a very strange process. Boy, I cannot wait until I get electric inserters. I'm gonna go ahead. Okay, so we got that. We need to make one of these. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. I need to get power generation going. I'm just gonna go ahead and make 4. Why not? Okay, one offshore pump, and I need to get at least one of those. So while that's doing its job, I'm gonna craft up a ton of power poles. By the way, I'm totally not going for that lazy achievement. You know the one. Is there a lake right there? Oh, there is. There's also bugs up there. I'm gonna build it, like, right here. On this, I don't want to have to run all the way around that. We're gonna put it right there. So, boop. Followed by this and that. Give me one pipe. Done. Now it has water. It will not have coal, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and make a bunch of these. And it does fit. So we can get coal into those, and then I can run the power poles from, I think, there. And we're just going to go straight up to the base with it. I do not care if it's in a straight line. We can just go for it. Okay. We're just going to kind of throw these out through here. Perfect. Now, we're going to grab a whole bunch of these. gonna make 2. If I was smart, I would actually pipe the water up here instead of building a ton of conveyor belts. That would technically be faster. But you know, I'm not super concerned about that. Get that in there. Why is this guy... Oh, it has the potential to grab the coal? Oh, that sucks. Okay, there you go. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Now that'll go do its thing. I'm gonna go... Ah, man, I'm gonna need a ton of iron. We're just gonna have to start whacking this. I do quite dislike the very, very beginning of this game. I don't mean like the whole beginning of it. I mean just this first step of like trying to get to electricity and all that, and where all you gotta do is build a ton of conveyor belts or pipes or something. It sucks, and there's no way around it. And it's supposed to suck. Like, it gives you reason to want to improve. So, you know. At least we got that going for us. Okay, give me... Oh, I don't have enough. I thought I would. As soon as I can get to electric, though, I'm going to be just fine. I really like it when you get trains. And when you get construction robots, pure bliss. But, you know, construction robots kind of suck up front. But, dude, they're so good later on. And they're good kind of regardless. Okay. Give me one of those. The rest of these are going to get turned into these so that I can start getting... I'm just going to conveyor belt the coal down to here. That way later I can just deal with that. I'm probably going to need water up there anyway, though. I'll tell you what. I'm tempted to build the base right here. Or even better on that, but I don't have the resources with which to swing that. Here's what we're gonna do. To make my base a little bit easier, we're gonna take up all these power poles that I literally just put down. And I'm gonna move the whole thing. So, the power is just gonna be right here. And I mean that. It's going to stay right there. That's now its life. So we're just going to do that. And what that'll do is it'll let me use this small patch of water that I happen to have up here. And I'm just going to use a crazy amount of pipes instead. So we'll get this up there. And I decree that one is going to be where it is. That means I need to... Okay, so I want that to be the automation bit, this to be trains. 4 is going to be oil. I don't know why, it just is. So we're going to do it like that. 3 should probably be military. Or perhaps 2. So I'm taking the bullets out of it, by the way. I'm going to leave the rest of this, though. I ain't that poor for iron. Okay, so go back to 0. Cool. Now, what does a guy gotta do to get this to work? First off, I need one of these. And we're gonna pick it up like that. Send it up here, and then over. So we have a bunch more plates. Done. Now that's taken care of. We're just about to get power generation up and running. Boom. Let there be power. Oh, never mind. I totally forgot I gotta make a ton of pipes. Okay, look. It's not a big deal. I would just go grab a ton of iron here real quick. Make the pipes, and we'll make it happen. I am going to make them nice pipes. I hate dealing with the pipes. Hey, what's up? So basically, underground pipes are ridiculously expensive in my opinion. Like, I know it's only 10 iron, and what does that really mean to you when you get to the end of the game? But as long as you use them at like the full length, it's only a little bit more expensive. So like, I use them all the time. It is what it is. Get them in there. Perfect. So I'll take these. Why does this? Oh, it has no water. Right. Okay, so now we have a ton of pipes. We're just going to start meandering. Boy, it is going to take a hot minute. We got to get literally to right there. But that's going to take a while with the current setup. I might be that desperate for iron that I can steal the iron out of this. In fact, I think I will. If the resources are there, I do intend to leave this thing. The whole rocket, though. I'm just going to take the bits out. You know. We can do it like that. Okay. Bingo. So now I just want to go ahead and get that in there. Okay, we got 2 more. How far do I need to go here? Ooh. Well, this is life for a little while. I could just do this for now. Well, that doesn't really help me. I just dumped the coal in there, but forgot totally about the water. It is what it is. I could move the entire power plant just up where the water is, but I don't want to put pollution on those guys because I can't kill them due to the achievement. So that is what it is. That's really gonna suck. Okay, we need to look something up here real quick. What does the guy got to do? Ouch. Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna have to go to Volcanus first. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Do I risk going to Gleba anyway? Like, I know there's going to be stuff on there that is going to try to eat me. That would make getting this achievement really hard. Screw it. I'll go to Volcanus. I don't really want to, but I will. It gives me like an abundant amount of base resources that I can use in this base anyway. So, whatever. We're a long ways off from that. I gotta get to rockets, and I gotta do that like as fast as possible while I'm not killing any bugs somehow. Which I really, I don't know how I'm gonna do that, if I'm being completely honest with you. Like, that feels like such a long way. I'm not crazy, right? Like, it feels like an absurdly long way to get that achievement. The good news is I think I can do 2 at once. Because I can throw the rush to space and keeping your hands clean in the same thing, because I'm basically not going to do research, is what it's boiling down to here. So you know. Somebody just did some bits. You're the first person, believe it or not, that ever got that to happen. Right there, you know that? I set that up like 1 stream ago. Okay. Man, I am slow. I miss the days of having exosuit, or the legs that make you fast. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cheese a little bit here. Oops. Okay, there we go. Now I know where to build this thing. Done. It's out of fuel. How is it? Dude, are you not putting fuel in that thing? Oh, it's just straight up out. Will it grab it though? Ah, yes, it will. Okay. It's just not. Well, I can fix that problem. Okay, give me one of those. Okay, so we'll let it do that. Give me some plates. I need 2 more, please. Okay. Now we have it. We now have double the coal production, which is totally fine by me. Also, I feel like the game's like super quiet. Let me bump it up again. Okay. Oh man, this part of the game takes forever. Okay. I want to make as few of those things as possible. I hate making these like, unless I'm doing it on a coal patch. I really hate using these mining rigs, like the burner mining rigs. They just suck. And they're designed to. Like that's the whole point of them being there, is that they're functional, but you really don't want to use them. Like one of those things. Oh, I don't have underground belts, so I guess that's where that's gonna go. Please give me more underground pipes. How many do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like 9 crafts? 9 more crafts? So there's 2 of the 9, including this one that I'm making. Oops. And that means we're going to need a lot more. Well, do you think it would have been faster for me to have made belts to get the coal up there? Or to use pipes to get the water up there? That's my question. Because in the long run, it's easier just to put the pipe there. Because the conveyor belt's not in the way all the time. But in the short run, I don't know. In the short run's really what I care about right now. Because the whole base is going to get trashed eventually. By bugs trying to eat it alive. But you know. Put that in there. Don't mind if I do. I can get one more out of there. How much does it take to make one of these? It takes 15. How much does it take to make this? 3? So I could, for 1 craft of those things, so I would need 5 of these, and I would have 10 belts. Or I could go like a distance of 10 with the pipes. It really works out to be about the same. It really is just a personal preference thing. And I'm sure they thought that through. They're like, man, what should we make everything cost? And they probably did it by economy of how far you can actually make it with each thing. And I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Boop. And we're making some ground. We are so close. We just need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. And we are finally up to full capacity. Five more. Man, I'm really good. mark my words, I'm gonna hate myself for not being able to kill those bugs. But the day I get artillery, the single day that I get artillery, oh, it's gonna be fantastic. You know that? These bugs aren't gonna know what hit them. I wonder if artillery keeps the bugs down. Like, you know how bugs passively kind of, you know, evolve to be more of a problem for my factory? Wonder if I don't mess with them at all, besides, you know, when they're trying to eat it, then I just leave. If when I get back, the bugs will stay moderate. So I can just roll through here and just steamroll them. Like in any direction that I want to go to get whatever resource I want. Most likely uranium, if I'm being completely honest with you. Because it's the only resource that I can't get on any other planet is uranium. That and biter eggs. But biter eggs you can kind of transport, and you can put biter nests wherever you want. So why would I not put biter nests somewhere like Gleba? Right where I need them to be. Because that's why I intend to build all of my science. I don't know if that's a good call either, but it's something I've never done. So, we're going to try that. I might hate myself, but I really like Gleba as a planet. I think it's a very interesting concept to try to build a whole base on Gleba. So, what we're going to do is go straight there. But to do that, I need to finish these 2 achievements at the top, which means I have to go to Volcanus. So I can't go perfectly straight there. Oh, I'm 1 short. But we can do reasonably, right? Like, just go to Volcanus, set up a semi-permanent base, just enough that I can get science going, skip science almost entirely on this planet, if possible. I might not be able to do that. We shall see. But for right now, I do not care. I have to get off this planet, one way or the other. And that means I have to build a space platform that is capable of white science, which means I'm going to need a crazy amount of rockets, which means I need to get a decent resource production. So I basically have to play this through like I normally would. That's what I need to consider this. So I'm just going to build a base here so that I can get the resources with which to get out of here. That's the plan. But we're not going to get purple or yellow science. Can't do that. So now we have this, and the first thing that I'm going to do with this, I'm going to go get some copper. We're going to let that eat, and I'm going to go get the research for whatever electric mining drills are. I got to get those as soon as possible. I get electric mining drills, we are actually able to start this game. This part of the game is so slow that I actually thought about skipping it on stream, but it really only takes you, what, like 30 minutes tops to get through this first part of the game. And I think it's kind of integral to show the plan of like what I'm going to do, because I spend this no-brainer first 30 minutes just running around looking at the world, trying to figure out how I want to get the base to actually work, looking at achievements, figuring out how we're going to try to achieve some of those, maybe something like that, right? And I think it's important to show what the goals were at the very beginning of the game as compared to what they may be later on, because let's face it, this game changes quite a lot over time, and I feel like it would be a mistake to not show what my original intentions were. Anyway, yeah. Maybe that's something that nobody else cares about, but it's something I care about. Do I just need to make one of these or something? What do I need to do? I need to... Oh, okay. I just need to make one of these. I need a lab. What do I need to make said lab? 15 of these? Oh, good thing I'm going to have that in just a moment. Oh, man. I also can't wait. I cannot wait. There's a huge update to this game coming out sometime in the near future, and it's not going to affect the early game that much as far as I can tell. And that means if I can get to the point that when that update comes out, I'll actually be able to use the resources which they give me. Oh, dude, that is going to be awesome. So now we have... Oh, oops. I even do that? Put that back. There we go. So now we have that going on. And we just need one of these labs. What am I going to do after that? We can make the automation science pack, which means I can grab this. Yes, electric mining drill is what I want. I don't care about anything else. I need raw resource production at the moment. Pop that thing down right over there. Perfect. Now, give me that. I need 25 of those, which means I can make 10 of them right now. They take 5 seconds, but they're really not that expensive. I'm going to need more copper. While I'm crafting up these first 10, I'm just going to go up here and grab some more copper. I'm skipping the entire step where you use coal to like try to get raw resources off the copper patch and all that. Forget that. I'm just going to go straight into the electric rigs and I'll just start using a bunch of coal. I'm not scared to run out of coal. Like, I got so many options for fuel. I'm not worried about it. What I am worried about is that the biters are going to start chewing on me. To the point, I'm tempted to try to build my entire factory on landfill. Like, straight up. Because bugs can't swim, right? So, if, theoretically, I built a massive bridge out into the middle of the ocean somewhere, and then just built my factory on that, nothing could get to it to eat it. And while that sounds like a great idea on paper, it is also obscenely expensive. So I'm going to see how much landfill I can get out of the entire stone patch, the original stone patch. And depending upon how much that turns into, then we shall worry about it. So, you know, we'll also see how bad of a problem the bugs are. But I really think that's a pretty solid option, if I'm honest with you. So let me go ahead and throw these back in there. Boom. That thing will start chewing away on those. Here's one. Okay. I just want to kind of keep this going if I can. Come on. Oh, we are going to make this happen. All right, buddy. We're getting a whopping 6 science per minute. It ain't a lot, but it's honest work. So let me just get in here real quick. Grab some more of these, because I do actually want to get the automation thing going. As soon as we get the electric drills, the very next thing is automation, so that we can set up a farm for literally everything else in the game. But, you know, we got some time. I really cannot wait. I literally just, I cannot wait. You don't know what we're going to get into, man. I can't use trains on this save, unfortunately. I mean, I can, but I don't think that they're going to be that practical for a while. Until I get to full Gora, which is going to be a while. I'll be real with you, I don't have a whole lot of intentions of going there in the immediate future. So, you know. Boy, I need to get some more of these. We're going to make another one. Like, if this production, this garbage production, can outrun that, like, we got some issues. But I don't want to make any more science by hand if I don't have to. So, how's the pollution looking, by the way? It's already not great, but, you know, it's not getting up here to this guy yet, so that's cool. I think I will be okay. I'm really tempted to just fill this in right here and turn this into Fort Knox and see if I can cram my entire factory on that landfill. I think it's a decent idea, honestly. I really do. Yeah, that'll double the speed of that. Oh boy, I cannot wait. What do I need to make those? Copper is what I'm going to need. Okay. I'm just going to sit here and mine this until the electric mining drill is done or stops progressing. Okay. Did it stop? Yes, it did. I don't have enough. Okay. We're gonna go back down here and dunk this in there. Tell my guy to start crafting up some more of those science bottles. Throw this in there. I think I only need like a few though. Oh, you fool. Okay, there it is. So, automation next, please. I'll get logistics next, followed by gun turret, because I'm pretty sure as long as I don't kill the nest, I'm fine. But I'm probably going to need that. So, you know. For now, though, we need to get a bunch of these. A whole bunch of electric mining drills, which means I'm getting rid of this immediately. We're putting it up here. And I'm going to make one of these. This electric mining drill will now get only iron because I don't have a way to sort yet. So that's a problem. But you know, we'll sort that out. No pun intended. Okay. Up it goes. Just put that down. Use filters for it. Coal. Excuse me. I need to cook this up real quick. Perfect. Now we don't have to worry about that again. It'll just fuel itself. So now we have tons and tons of iron that should be getting made. Right. So now we do that. And we just make a ton of those. Oh, and I forgot I gotta do this. There we go. Now that should fuel itself. If I didn't screw that up. Okay. Now, I need to make more. Now here's what we're gonna do. We're going to skip up here to get copper. And we're just going to pop it right there. Sure. And this is going to be where the power poles go. Just kind of all willy-nilly like. To there. Perfect. Now, I would not mind having a radar rush. I don't have those yet. Never mind. False alarm. So for right now, I'm literally going to make a wood box, pop that thing in there, and it's just going to make that until I can get a conveyor belt that actually gets down here somewhere. That's what we're going to do. So yeah. Also, this is going to go away. Let me move that. Okay. We now have something rolling. Here's what we're gonna do. Pop. 2, 3. Nope. Nope. Yeah, like that right there, actually. Now I need to leave space there. So we'll put a splitter. Or even better, we can just take it right off that line. Beautiful. And then we'll just have an output on the backside. I like it. Give me all these plates. Make a ton of these. I don't know what I'm going to do with these quite yet. Honestly, I'm just going to put them over there. It's fun. I don't think that'll outrun anything. Okay, give me an iron box. They're over here now, I forgot. Anyway, we're gonna get more of these. Give me that. Just gonna throw that in there for now. Then 1, 2, and 3. And those will start cooking up the copper that I will need to make more of them. Cool. By the way, this entire cooking thing here is going to get moved. I just need it close to where I need it to be right now. I do want all the resources to be generally in the same location, but I don't want them to be like a massive problem. So I'm just going to go down there and then dunk them straight into this side. I didn't mean to make a box. That is what it is. Oops. So you see the goal here. Okay. Two. No, the ones that are actually hooked up are functional, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay. Once I get this set up, I will start setting up the automation. I can continue to expand this while the automation starts running, but this allows me to actually get this ball rolling. So you know, that's how it is. Oh boy. We are so close. It's not enough. Let me just scoop all this up. Cool. Now, that might be it. Beautiful. And I think I have just enough. One left on me. Perfect. Now we have copper. So copper is going to go boogieing down through here. And I'm just going to start throwing it in there. So now we have copper, we have iron. Now it is time to start cranking out a ton of these. And while I do, I need to figure out how to make more mining drills. I want more iron production, as I will always want more iron production. That really should be the name of the game. Like, it shouldn't be Factorio, it should be get more iron. Like, that's the name of the game. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me being judgmental. Let me tell you, you always need iron. There's no doubt about it. Perfect. Now I'll get that lowered a little bit. I forget how many I actually needed. I will take that every day of the week. I'm also going to need some conveyors. Oop. I'm one short. There we go. I'm just going to put that one there. Now we have double the iron production that we had previously, which wasn't a lot, but you know. So now this should work for a little while. We'll at least have 2 of them running, maybe 3 all the time, and that gives me at least a steady flow. You know, that's not going to stop me from making more. Once we get real clear about that. Because I need to go up here to the top and do this. Did I just slip between those 2 things? I forgot you could do that. That's weird. Like, you can't go over a pipe. Can't jump that waste time. Excuse me? Did they buff it so you can walk through pipes now? Or am I crazy? Can you walk through this pipe? No, it's got a little bit of a hitbox. So if you had a wall of them, it would it would mess it all up. I think that's what's happening. I'm just gonna put that there. It's a good spot for it. Now, I need power poles. 2, 3. Okay. Oh. Perfect. And then I need to get a little bit of iron. I'm gonna need to make a poor man's faster inserter. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. It's worth the money. Poor man's fast inserter. There it is. Okay, I already had the box down there, so I was placed, but you know. Because resource being jammed in that way, not cool. There you go. This side can use these. There you go. Now, you gotta love the poor man's fast inserter. Best thing right there. By the way, I will eventually get night vision, so it's not so pitch black in the stream like all the time. But this is what you get when you start a Factorio save, okay? It sucks, and you just have to deal with what you got. So, there you go. Now, we got that rolling. I'm gonna get one more of those. That, and then I'm gonna crank out a ton of these. I don't have. Oh, I don't have a belt, so it's gotta go there. I'm too poor. I'm poor all the time. Oh. Anyway, put that right there. We'll get automation out of this. And as soon as that's done, oh, we're gonna go in here and grab logistics. Gotta have it. Can't deal without it. Because I'm pretty sure it only takes 10. Oh, it takes 20? We won't quite make it. This is what it is. Oh, why did I... No, put him back. Okay. So that gets me somewhere. Now, how are we looking? Not terrible. I need to go over there and get that started on stone. Wait. What does it take for landfill? Landfill takes green, doesn't it? Yes. So, landfill takes 50 stone. Dude! Okay, if I took 162k stone and I did this. So we take 162,000 stone and we divide it by 50. That's 3,240 landfill, which means 3,240 tiles. So 3,400. Is that enough? Like, is that right there? You think that's enough for me? It better be. That's all I got to tell you. Otherwise, I'm going to be picking up a lot of boulders, and I don't want to do that. Now, automation. Automate this. So now we get rid of the poor man. For now. Until the base catches back up. And I need to steal. So we're going to do that. This comes to the point where I decide whether this is going to be my permanent spot for my furnaces or not. I think not. I think I'm going to move it because I want to leave this specifically for power. And I'm just going to go down because I like this huge wall right here that looks easy to defend. So I'm just going to go down, then over across that way for the whole base. So I actually need to move the furnaces 90 degrees. So I'm going to scoop them all up. Oh, that one could stay. Actually, that could. So we're going to do that. Also, I'm going to fix this ugliness. Perfect. Now. This is why I do this now. So we do this, and then there will be a splitter. Then I'll put a whole bunch of these things. And I want to make sure that it doesn't get anywhere close to that. So that looks good to me. Let me make sure that actually fits. It'll work. Close enough. So, we are just going to do that. And I'm going to need a splitter there, so we're going to leave myself some space at the top. Followed by these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just because I already have them. Okay. Then we can do that. Run the power poles down through there. And then we have a functional farm. Very nice. I need to make a ton of conveyor belts. And one more of those. 2 more, actually. So, a ton of those would be very nice to have. Go up here and bring these things. Just because we have it in our inventory. The reason I wanted the second one of these is I wanted to reserve that space. So, put that there now. And I can make myself some power poles, which I'm currently out of. That sucks. Put it over there. There you go. No, these things are barely running. Power production's like way overkill. That's exactly what I want. So we are fine. Now, we're going to do the exact same thing, but on the other side. Here in just a minute. So, we now have tons and tons and tons of iron, which is great. We're not actually even using all of it. I need to go get copper. And we're going to move this one the exact same way. So just scoop that up. I'm just going to pick these up instead of using the F key to pick them up. And we're going to need more belts. Just make as many belts as I can possibly pick up. Like that's kind of the goal at the moment. There's a lot of belts. So that's permanently going to be power up there. Then this area down here will be processing. So then we'll have this side will be exclusively for steel. So it's going to do that. And this and that. Because then I'll get just the coal. And we'll do it like that. That'll happen right after it gets splitters. Which I kind of need to get. So I'm going to put this thing down and just dunk a bunch of materials in it for now. Give me a second one. Where's my... There it is. Here. There you go. Here's you a ridiculous amount of that. And here's you a ton of these. Go crazy. And I'm literally just going to do this. And that'll start researching automatically. It's not fantastic, but it's something to get me by while I work on this. So, we'll take all those out. We don't actually have steel yet, I don't think. So, we'll see if we do. Steel doesn't exist yet. You win some, you lose some. So we'll blow this up. Steel. Okay. Now, what do I want to make? A bunch of these. And a bunch of these. And I need to go over there and get that thing. So we're going to go ahead and get at least 5 of those, I think, would be nice to have. So this little patch right here is going to be turned completely into landfill. That is the goal. I don't know that that's a good idea, but it's the best idea I have to complete, you know, keeping your hands clean here, which is basically, you know, don't kill any bugs. So if I'm not going to kill bugs, I need to build a fortress bugs can't get to, which is apparently going to be that. And I'm honestly, I'm hesitant to even do that. If I'm going to go to the extent with which I'm going to need... What if I just found an island? I bet you there's an island somewhere that I could do that with. But for now, let's do this. I don't need any of the rest of that. Because if I got trains, like if I figured out... What if there's an island up there? Like down here or something. I mean, I could just make that Fort Knox. You know, I could just really load up and basically no bug will ever get in any of that right there. And then everything else would just be on its own. But I don't know. Let's see. Also, can I cancel one of those so that I can make one of these things? So we'll make 4. 4 is a good number. And it's going to be pretty slow. So, you know. We'll figure out the best way to handle that. Okay. There's that. Give me a big box. I don't have a landfill yet. Oh, that's a problem. I'll take care of that in a minute. For right now, it'll at least give me enough stone that I can do something with it. What? There we go. Now, the reason I wanted that, I wanted stone furnaces, straight up. I just wanted a lot of stone furnaces. So we're just going to scoop all this up and make a ton of them real quick. There we go. Now I got 12 stone furnaces. And you know what I'm going to do with that? I'm going to make more iron. Because I know it looks like we got a lot of production going right now, but we don't. Is that 10 of them? I want at least 10. That's 9. The rest of these can go over here, and we'll use them later for whatever. Cool. We got 3 of these things left. I'm just going to use them there. Followed by a whole bunch of from this point forward. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. Now we gotta get splitters going. Splitters, underground belts, the whole 9 yards. That needs to go away. Give me a couple. Firstly, because we need to put coal in right here, and I'm gonna splitter the coal, prioritizing it up top. I'd rather have power than I would resources in that kind of hierarchy. So what I do is I put a splitter up there and I get rid of this thing so that everything that I make can just be put up there instead. So also, being that I can't make steel yet, I'm going to steal these 4 things. And we're just going to do I'm just gonna turn these off. Let's give it here. So now that's gonna be steel. And this side is gonna be copper. Okay. Now, this is where the splitter comes in really handy. So you take the splitter, output port is going to be left, and it goes. Then that's just going to go about its business there. Now we're also going to do the same thing right here. So output port is going to go right, and then it's going to go straight into that. So then this will be a nice loop, and I'll just figure out how to get it in there later. I'm not super worried about that. Perfect. So then that'll go down through here into these, which will then promptly power the entire thing. Okay, so let's do that. Now we have coal and we have copper, which gives me loads of both. There you go. So this needs scooped up. I need to dump a ton more iron in that thing. There you go. Go crazy. Because I already have 200 more sitting in my inventory. This is the part of the game that you can actually get pretty good at. Now, we have both of these set up. I can actually start making a base somewhere. So I'm going to go down a little bit more until I can get just underneath of that, and then I'm going to turn. We're just going to build the whole base above and below that. So the first one is actually going to be iron. And man, I don't have a shotgun or anything to get rid of these trees. That's a rare statement, but trust me, it works. So I'm just going to have to go in here and mine these out. I need the wood anyway. It's just problematic. Because, you know, they're in the way. Now, I'm tempted to go above it, but I'm going to need the space. So we're going to go down to here. I made it go quite that fast. That'll work. It reminds me where it is. So I got basically cut a big square out right here. Be gone. Now, we have that. And I'm out of belts. That will be one of the very first farms I make. I might make that farm before I make a science farm. Like, I want belts. Period. Okay, so that'd be decent. I just wanted to mark out where that was, so I don't want to build those. That's going to be where the iron is. So then the next one down, I'm going to make this just a single wide buzz system. I'm pretty sure I can get away with that. So we're going to do this, and we'll figure out where the copper comes in. Steel will be coming out right next to it, so you know, we're going to keep that in mind, but we'll just go down like that. Make me a couple of these. I'm not even going to bother with the 4-lane splitters or 4 lanes or anything like that. Nobody needs that. The only reason I'm doing this is for convenience. So this is like the one bit of convenience that I'm giving myself here, so I'm going to take full use of it. Which is, you know, to not have to worry about the whole factory clogging up because I spaghettified it. That's pretty nice. We'll go ahead and do this. Steel will be the third one down. And there we have it. There's the basis of my garbage. That's pretty much it. So we'll go ahead and do this. Scoop up a ton of resources. Don't mind if I do. Then right here somewhere, I'm just going to do that. And it'll put it on the right side. This one's going to do the exact same thing. Which tells me I need to scoot that down once. I missed it by 1. That can go away. The reason I do that is so that it uses both sides of the belt. Otherwise, you only ever use one, and it sucks. Now, we don't have any more miners. We need to make some more. We'll make 4 for now. Especially now that I have splitters that I can sort things with. That'd be nice. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that. That one only gets iron, but I am going to go ahead and put this in. It just needs to exist. So we're just going to do this followed by output priority right, and that is going to be only iron. Shoot that up. Toss it back on the belts real quick. This is going to go to the left. And then underground, I could just go straight. Yeah, let's just do that. And then we know, because the only other thing that will ever be there is coal. Speaking of that, let's try it out. So we put a piece of coal there. It gets sorted. It goes underground until it gets up to here. And then it goes up. And we'll set the input priority to left so that it always uses the stuff that gets made. Cool. And eventually I'll have to put one over there for the other side too. That's fine for now. So, now we need to start making some stuff with all the goodies that I am now manufacturing. Which, the very first thing is going to be belts. But I'm going to do this fancy. We need to make the upgraded belts as well. That's an interesting blueprint. I do not know what this is for. Oh, never mind. I remember what that was for. Yeah, that sucked to have to make. Okay, anyway. Green splinters. I don't have a blueprint in for that? Are you sure? Are you sure? Yeah, I don't have it. Anyway, we'll make it. I'm only going to need like 2. So I need 4 total because I need to make the gears. Now, we're going to do some math here real quick. I actually do want to make this a pretty nice one. So, what do we need? We need every half a second, I need 1 gear, which means I can make a gear every half a second. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So what I'm going to do is actually gap these. Like, one's going to have that, and the other one's going to have this. Then this will make the gears. That will make this. Excuse me? There we go. Now, only thing this needs is iron for it to function properly, which is why it's so nice, because you can just plop that in there, right? Give me a few more. I won't have to make any more of these after this, but I do need to make a few. So we'll do that, and then that powers the whole thing. Wow, that is efficient. Unfortunately, there's nowhere for me to put it, so, you know, we'll have to do that. And for now, I'm just going to do this. Because I want it all to go to one central location. I'm going to upgrade it later. So, you know, we'll do it like this. Perfect. Now that needs to be hooked up to the actual base, so we're just going to have to run it up here real fast. Sure, there we go. And then that thing, it cranks gears. Well, it would. I mean, it's not fast enough, but, you know, it would crank gears. Now, tool belt I don't need. Radar I would very much like to have, so we're just going to queue that research up. So now we have like infinite belts being made. I'm also actually going to take the time to make the other kinds of belts with this. The splitter will need a little bit of green chippage going on, but this one I can make immediately. So like, what if say this entire side over here? Even better. What if I just did this? Like that. Ooh, boy. Things just got messy. So what if I did this, and we move that down, and then we have full output. So all those will go over there. Perfect. Now, this will go down through here. Give me one of those. And we're going to make the underground belts right here as well. Because I'm not making 100 of those. I don't want to do it. So we're just going to do this. Grab a ton of those things. Put them in there. Then we'll grab a power pole. Of course. So then this will be an output that I'm going to limit to like that many. Why not? This will have... Ooh, give me one more of those. That will have a filter of just those things. There we go. Now it'll start cooking out everything I need except the splitters, which I just need to make a couple green chips for. And I think I'm just going to make a green chip farm, straight up. Like, just for that. I'm not going to bother with making a massive green chip farm, because I'm going to need to do that later. But right now, I think it would be a waste, unless it has something to do with green science, which I probably did. Science. It needed an inserter, which means it needs green chips. We'll do it after. Or I could do it right up front. Okay. Then we can just put it there. Cool. And I need to make an inserter farm, or sorry, an assembler farm as well. So, you know, we're just going whole hog on this. Get the basics so I don't have to waste all the time doing it all the time. Okay, then that's gonna go this way. We're gonna get rid of that one. I can get rid of all of these. And that. Okay, now I need to figure out what I was doing with that blueprint. Go to the circuit book, green chips. Bottom belt, half is iron plates, half copper wires from machine. Got it. So then the lower top belt is all copper. So lower top belt, which is this one, is all copper. Interesting. Let me go ahead and get the faster inserters. This one's all copper right there. So we're just gonna go whee, like that. Hit the wrong button at some point. But I have a farm now that I can grab all these out of. Man, that's gonna be so nice. So then we'll underground belt to like up there or something, just so we can get this back out. And then this fourth belt, which we'll need to underground belt out of again. It's gonna be those. So scoop up all of that stuff. So that we have it. That's where all the iron goes and all that. This is going to need to be a whole bunch of fast inserters, which I don't have fast inserters, but we're about to have fast inserters. So, put that there, split this, boom. Now everything's right over there. We will have green chips in all of the goodies coming out right here once this farm is built. So I'm going to go ahead and build one of them for now, if I can. I don't really know how this is going to work. I'm just going to scoop up a bunch of stuff and make it. That's what I'm going to do. And then we need to go upgrade copper production like pronto. Because but we're never going to have enough. Like straight up, we won't have enough to do it. And then I'm just going to tell it to make a crazy amount of inserters, which is only 26. But it's a lot for now. And I want those underground belts. Thank you. No, I really need to hard limit that as well. Like, I'm never going to need that many of them. Are these two? No, these are assembly machine ones. I think I just assumed that I would always have fast inserters by this point, but I think I've outrun my old blueprint system, which is decent. We are already going to have problems, though, in the near future. I need to get that immediately. And make a bullet farm. Yeah, but bullet farm is... I'm debating whether or not I want to build a bullet farm so quickly, but I think I'm going to have to. I think it's the only way that I make it through this, because these trees are going to give me a great buffer for a little while. But not that great. You know, like, I think it's going to be a bit of a problem. So, we're going to go ahead and just put down all these power poles. I know these aren't the right kind, but they'll be fine. I think they'll power everything. And if they don't, I'll run down there and put more power poles in. Ain't the end of the world. Let's see if this is fast enough. Perfect. Oh, dude, we are close. How long has my head been cut off, and why has nobody told me about that? See if I can. There we go. Now when I sit up, you know, head's still there. Okay. Dude, do I not? Oh, okay. I was gonna say. Now we need to get iron, and we're gonna use that with a splitter to put it into right there. Okay. That will start up the entire green chip production, which then we can start up other farms with. I can figure out what that is as soon as I pop this in there. Alright, the very first one I think I'm going to do is... Okay, that is the right side. We're going to make a splitter farm, just because I'm always going to need more splitters, followed promptly by one of these farms, because it basically uses the same materials. So I'm actually not going to use the belts that I just made right here for that. I'm just going to make a new farm for it, because it's so cheap to make these things right off the bat that I think I'll be fine. So we're going to make a couple splitters just to make this thing actually exist, and then we won't have to make them again. We'll put that there, not setting the output priorities, of course, and then that will go up. Now, what the plan is here, that one will give me these. So then I need other things on top of that. Because we now have green chips, I can just pick them right up off the top of the bus. And I need transport belts, which I'm making, and the iron plates, which are already there. So basically, all I need to do is this. Will that fit? Ooh, it will, but it needs to be over one time. Like this. Okay. And that will go there. We'll put this in, followed by that. We need to do this. Scoop them up. Grab me some inserters so I can do that. to there. That'll work. That way it, you know, it doubles up the belt. That's what I care about. Now, that can start running. If I put it right there, everything can start running. And we need to do this. So then that will loop itself out, and then we have belts. So there's the belts. Now the splitter farm needs 4 of those. And green chips. So we actually need a double belt for the first time. So I'm just going to do it like this. And then we'll put that there. Underground belt, all this over to here. And then we have ourselves a nice little system here. So then this side would be just 4 splitters. We'll put one there. Give me one of these. Boom. Grab that. Done. Now, power the whole thing. And 2 splitter. So then we have that going. Now, here's the cool part. I could double this farm, because this uses basically the same resources, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So this side would do that, and then that will go here. Then I can just grab one of these and be like, bam, there you go. Oops, I put that in the wrong spot. This is going to go here. Copy that. Then this. Okay, now we've got that going on. Let me do this. Boop. And that will go in there, and then we have machine. Oh, no, we don't. Then we have machine. And that will give me enough. A few, at least. Such that I can make more of these without having to make more of them. I'm going to limit that. This one will limit as well to about here. I hardly ever need more than that. And we can just let this farm eat. So, we have that going on now. The question is, can I make this happen? I need to now build a science farm and a bullet farm. More pressingly, a bullet farm. So, we need to go upgrade copper before I can do any of that. We're going to have to do that. That's a must. I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just have needs. Okay. Done. Now, that'll mine out everything. I'm going to go back down here real quick. Because only like 2 of those are running, and we're never going to keep up with the iron demand, or sorry, the copper demand at the moment, the way that was, so that had to happen. Now, the question here is, how do I want to proceed? I could go with the bullet route. And just, you know, take everything out as it comes at me. Alternatively, I could do it the landfill route. For that, I need to make a radar dish. So let me just make one here real quick. It's better. Some better armor is actually more important. And of course, more iron. You know how it is. I'm gonna go ahead and make 10 firearm magazines while I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna put the radar dish right there. That way I can immediately see the whole base and be like, yeah, everything's working. Cool. Okay. Okay, so listen, I know it's been really short, but I do have to dip. I just wanted to get this started in this stream, and then in the next one here, we'll actually get this rolling. But I need to take some time to figure out what I'm doing with this, and I have a couple things I need to take care of real quick. So, for now, that's all I've got for you. Just short, quick, get everything rolling. Okay. But for now, that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Total Dude. Peace out. Bye. Goodbye, everybody. This is that part of the stream where I gotta make sure everybody's caught up at the end of it. Don't worry. I'll be back soon.